All right, guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, so great to see you here with us today. Now, guys, today it's Photography Talk, episode 46. And if you're a Photoshop user, you're going to want to stay tuned because we're going to be talking about a number of interesting updates that Adobe recently announced. And if a new iPhone is something that you want, we've got a few details about the new iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro. Now, we're going to be discussing these new features and other newsworthy events from last week in just a minute. But before we get into all the news, I do want to give a big thank you for all of you for tuning in and subscribing to the channel. If you're new here, we put out multiple videos each week, so subscribing is a great way to stay up to date on our latest content. And if you haven't subscribed, well, I hope you'll consider doing so. We'd love to have you part of the family. Our monthly giveaways require you to be a subscriber to the channel in order to win, so subscribing could get you some pretty sweet photography gear. That's not a bad deal, right? Now let's get on to the news. Alright, Photoshop gets a massive update. Adobe isn't playing around with Photoshop at all, with other image processing software diving deep into AI, and yeah, hey, we're looking at you, Luminar. Adobe undoubtedly felt some pressure to add some AI features to Photoshop, and well, they did. We're talking about neural filters, refined hair selection, and sky replacement are just a few of the new capabilities Adobe has added to their Sensei AI engine. The neural filters, for example, include skin smoothing and style transfer, as well as options to remove JPEG artifacts or colorize an image. You get creative control over things like facial features, expression, gaze direction, even the age of the subject. Sky replacement, meanwhile, allows you to either auto-select the sky or use one of the built-in replacement options to add a different sky to the shot from Adobe's database. Either way, you don't have to do any of the masking or blending. Instead, Sensei does all that for you. Now, additionally, Sensei uses algorithms to match the foreground of the sky, so therefore the lighting is consistent throughout the image. Well, at least initially, Adobe will provide 25 preset skies for you to be able to choose from. And there are new refined features as well. You can refine hair using the new Refine Hair tool, which does the brushwork for you, intelligently selects the subject's hair. And guys, this tool even works with the subject in front of a very busy background. There's also an Object Aware Refine mode, which Adobe designed to differentiate between fine details in front of a similar background. The Object Aware tool uses special Refine Edge mode that you actually brush over and select the fine details with a great deal of precision. This tool will make creating selections vastly easier and faster. Adobe's claiming that these complex selections will now take just seconds. There are some other refinements and updates of Photoshop that I won't get into here, but if you want to know more details or want to get more details on it, check the description below. I'm going to put a link over to Adobe. Jumping over to Apple, iPhone 12 is now available for pre-order. Apple put 2 of the 4 new iPhone models up for pre-order on the 16th, just last Friday. Now, you could order a new iPhone 12 starting at $799 or a iPhone 12 Pro starting at $999. The iPhone 12 mini, which starts at $699, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which starts at $1,099, will become available for pre-order starting November 6th at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro will hit the shelves Friday, actually this Friday, October 23rd. So if you haven't pre-ordered one, you might want to. I don't know how that's going to work with the Apple stores because I think it's all by appointment, but you want to look into that to see, rather than just showing up or waiting in line, because I'm pretty sure it's all appointment driven these days in order to get into the Apple stores. Not sure on that, but you may want to call beforehand. So, but either way, contact whether it be Sprint, Verizon, or some of the other retail locations that might have it, but just be warned that this could be one of those you wait in line situations. Now guys, with 4 iPhone models coming out, it can be a little confusing as to which one might be right for you. We've got an iPhone 12 versus iPhone 12 Pro comparison video that you might want to check out if you're on the fence as to which one of these models will be best for you to be able to pick up. We'll have plenty of other iPhone 12 videos in the upcoming weeks, so you're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed or at least tick that bell so you're notified each time we come out with one of these new videos. Now, jumping over to Canon. Canon is working on some pretty hot new tech. Now, rumor has it that Canon has been working on some new technology for its cameras that could be game changers. First up, Canon is rumored to have a global shutter full frame sensor in the works. Rumor suggests that this new sensor would be in the EOS R5 and it would be the fastest frame rate for still images ever in a Canon camera. Now, the difference between a global shutter sensor and the rolling shutter sensor in current full-frame cameras is that the rolling shutter exposes different lines of the sensor array at different times. This means that the data is extracted from the sensor in kind of like a wave-like form. A global shutter can expose the entire sensor to light at the same time. This means that the data can be pulled from the entire sensor all at the same time as well. So the slick part about this is a global shutter eliminates the visual blends that occur with a rolling shutter sensor. These blends are more visible when the subject, or for that matter, the camera, is moving. Now, casual photographers don't really need a global shutter, but for action, sports, wildlife photographers, this type of shutter would be a huge benefit. It'd also be beneficial to videographers because rolling shutter effects would be eliminated. Now, in other Canon news, apparently they're working on a quad pixel autofocus system to replace the current dual pixel autofocus system. Now, the dual pixel system allows you to reliably focus the camera when it's positioned horizontally and the edge of the contrast that you're using for focus lock is vertical. If the edge of the contrast is horizontal though, the dual pixel system can have a little trouble locking because the pixels are arranged in a single direction. But with a quad pixel system, each pixel is split up, which allows for improved autofocus. Combined with the global shutter, it would make an incredibly fast and accurate sensor. Now, it's going to be a few months before either of these advancements sees the light of day, but let's start getting excited now because this could be quite huge. Now, speaking of Canon, some people still don't have their R5s. Now, I count myself lucky among the few that were able to get my hands on an EOS R5 right off the bat when it was released. Now, guys, this is really an amazing camera, and I knew demand would be high, so I'm thankful that I had several months to be able to play around with this thing. But other people are still waiting for their R5s to show up 3 months after it was released. And as I'm sure you're aware, the R5 isn't exactly a cheap camera, so if I dropped that kind of cash 3 months ago and still didn't have anything to show for it, yeah, I'd be a little bit on edge as well. Now, obviously, production delays were no secret when the R5 was released, and every single person that ordered one knew that there would be some sort of significant wait to get their camera. There's another issue that might add a little frustration. Now, we talked about the RF lens lineup for 2021 in an earlier episode of Photography Talk, and it is an incredible collection of lenses. Now, there are multiple lenses that I want, and hell, I'd love to have them right now. You can imagine how my impatience for these lenses will only grow as we get closer, or as we creep into next year. Now, with the pandemic showing really no signs of slowing down, it's hard to believe that Canon will be able to pump out 16 new lenses in a calendar year, especially if they're still trying to fulfill EOS R5 orders from back in July. Now, I guess the moral of the story here is to be patient, but that's a tough task when Canon keeps announcing badass gear that so many people want. It was a slow news week, so that's all I have to discuss today. Now let's get on to discussing our current giveaway. Here are the prizes that we have to give away: an f-stop Dalton backpack, a Wander Dual backpack, and of course the $100 Adorama gift card. Now, entering the giveaway is super easy. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on Photography Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, guys, if you introduce yourself in the forum during one of our last giveaways, you are still eligible to win. But as I keep saying over and over again, hey, swing on by, let us know how you're doing, and hey, we'll rock it from there. Guys, that is it. Now, for complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on Photography Talk and how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, friend. Photography Talk episode 46 in the bag. If you found some value, do me a favor, hit that like button. Do all that YouTube stuff that really does help the channel out. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. And of course, hit that bell to be notified when we come out with new videos. Friend, I'm going to jump on out of here. You get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.